Now electric field is equal to, we have seen that it is equal to lambda by 2 pi epsilon 0 d. So from that we can see that the electric field intensity is inversely proportional to the distance. So that means if the distance is increased, then obviously the electric field intensity will be decreased. That means if you are taking a point away from this one, suppose we are considering at this point or at this point, so obviously as d increases, the electric field intensity decreases. Now we are going to derive the expression for, so we have, that means we have discussed how to determine the electric field intensity for a infinitely charged wire. Next we are going to determine the electric field intensity of an infinite charged sheet. So for that, again we have to construct an imaginary Gaussian surface, and for the infinitely charged sheet, so let me draw this one. Suppose this one. Now suppose this one is the infinitely charged sheet, and suppose this one is charged with sigma coulomb per meter square. Now this one is the charge sheet, infinitely charged sheet. Now consider a pill box here. That means which is a part of this infinitely charged sheet, elementary cross section. Now you see the flux will be leaving mainly through the top and bottom surface. Mainly through the top and bottom surface. If you will take the direction of the flux density vector and the area vector, both will be in the same direction. That means the angle between them is 0. Because flux will not be leaving through this surface, because this area of cross section is very less. So flux will be leaving mainly through the top and bottom surface. Now if we will apply the Gauss law, we can write dds plus dds is equal to q. Now from that we can write down 2 dds is equal to q, means we have taken the charge density to be sigma coulomb per meter square. So if we will multiply sigma with the ds, we will be getting the charge. Now cancelling ds in both these sides, we can write down that d is equal to sigma by 2. So as we know that d is equal to epsilon 0 into electric field intensity. So this is equal to sigma by 2. This implies that the electric field intensity is equal to sigma by 2 epsilon 0. So we have seen that for an infinitely charged sheet, it is independent, the electric field intensity is independent of the dimensions. So now we can apply this Gauss law to a spherical surface, to the spherical surface also, and for that the Gaussian surface will be an imaginary sphere. It will be an imaginary sphere. So we can write down that d into ds means it is nothing but 4 pi r square, because that is nothing but the area of the sphere. So that is equal to q. So from that we can get d is equal to q by 4 pi r square. Now d is again equal to epsilon 0 into E. So it is equal to q by 4 pi r square. So from that we can get E is equal to, that means the electric field intensity is equal to q by 4 pi epsilon 0 r square. So we have seen that as the distance or as the radius increases, so obviously the electric field intensity decreases. If this one increases, then the electric field intensity decreases. So this is nothing but the application of Gauss law for different surfaces, different sheets. So we have discussed it for the infinitely charged sheet, for a charged wire, and for a spherical surface. Now we can go for the derivation of Coulomb's law from the Gauss law. That's what we'll be doing in the next class. So thank you all for watching, and have a very good day, and thank you all. Thank you. Please share, subscribe and like my channel. Thank you all.